Welcome everyone to another episode of Council Chat. I am here with the Executive Director to the Boys and Girls Club, Nicole Kennedy. How are you?
Doing great, Kell Palguta. How are you?
I am doing amazing. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. So for you at home, we're going to hear about what the Boys and Girls Club is all about, what they do for our community, upcoming events, and how to get a hold of the Boys and Girls Club. So let's just start with a little bit about you.
Sure. About me personally?
Sure.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm an Arizona native. I actually grew up in Prescott Valley. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
We moved here when I was 8.
Okay.
Back when there were really no paved roads.
So 20 years ago you moved here.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You're so sweet. Yeah, so we didn't even have a grocery store at that time. Things have changed a lot for Prescott Valley.
No, absolutely. So how'd you get involved with the Boys and Girls Club?
Well, Gerald Shosak, our prior executive director, when I moved back to the community, we were away for about 10 years. With my husband's career, we moved back about 5 years ago now.
Gotcha.
And he recruited me. He knew that I had a history in nonprofit development and wanted to bring me onto the team.
Gotcha. And for those people that don't know where the Boys and Girls Club is, you just don't do just one. But we'll talk about just Prescott Valley first, and then we'll talk about the others. So where's the Prescott Valley?
The Prescott Valley Fain Family Branch is actually located near the Mountain View Elementary School area, near the community parks. So it's right there at Lewis and Robert. Yeah, so at the corner of Lewis and Robert. I'm sure anyone familiar with Prescott Valley will be able to just drive down Robert Road. You can't miss it. So let's talk about the other branches. Sure. So we've got 4 locations, all in total in the community in the Quad Cities.
Okay.
We have a branch in Prescott, the future Massey Family Branch. Then we also have a partnership with Prescott High School. It's a multimedia program on campus at the high school.
Oh.
And then a Chino Valley Teen Center.
Gotcha. So I didn't know about the high school one. I knew about the other 3.
Yeah.
So because this is Prescott Valley, we're going to kind of focus a little bit about Prescott Valley.
Sure.
How many kids do we take care of in Prescott Valley?
In Prescott Valley, it's our largest branch. So we see an average, it depends on the day, but average daily is right about 120 kids every single day. 120
kids. So kind of walk the people through, like, what do they, some people might not be familiar with what a Boys and Girls Club does.
Right.
So. And
as you know, especially with your history in law enforcement, you know, the hours of 3 to 7 are those critical hours, right, for youth in the community. And so they're statistically more at risk of becoming a victim of crime or committing a crime, and that's really why the Boys and Girls Clubs were founded back in 1860, a long time ago.
Sure.
So here locally, what it's like is you walk into the doors, you check in as a kid, and it's a time to be a kid, but it's also a time for some structure and some fun. So we try to create fun with a purpose.
Gotcha. I like that, fun with a purpose.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. So all of our programs fall under 3 different umbrellas. Academic success.
Okay.
One of the biggest pieces of that is Power Hour. So it's dedicated homework time for the kids, as well as a lot of other, you know.
So it's just not a full-on recess. They actually have structure to it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There is definitely a myth out there that we're just a glorified daycare. It's a lot deeper than that.
Right. No. That is a myth, and I have heard that, and it is absolutely, without a doubt, not that.
Yes.
And I talk about the Boys and Girls Club and how important it is in our community, and I use the analogy of getting the kids upstream and getting them when they're elementary school, junior high, during those impressionable years, and they're upstream, and you're giving them that structure, and then it helps kind of guide them and mold them to be better downstream.
Absolutely.
So it's just such an important. I cannot emphasize enough how important that is for Prescott Valley. It's in a great location, and you guys do an amazing job.
Thank you.
So also there was an addition to the Boys and Girls Club most recently, correct?
That's right.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we just recently had a public grand opening to celebrate the newly remodeled space at the Fain Family Branch here in PV. And it's really exciting for us because we've been really working towards a capital campaign to expand and enhance both Prescott and Prescott Valley. And this was the first major piece in the right direction to be completed.
So there's a full-size basketball court.
Right.
And that's, I mean, like I said, anyone from Prescott Valley, you drive down Robert Road, you can't miss it. And the inside is just, I mean, it's truly state-of-the-art, a brand new facility, which is, I don't know too many nonprofits that get this type of large item purchase.
Oh yeah, I mean, it takes a village. It takes a lot of people to come together, a lot of community support, and it was really all about the partnerships that made it possible. The Town of Prescott Valley was a huge partner in that they allocated CDGB funding to really help us to build to that capacity.
Absolutely.
And then as well as the other generous families. And
we're talking about CDBG BG money. And we do have some coming up that we're hopefully going to try to guide towards. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we're working in that direction. We just met with council in this past month, and we're excited about the opportunity to hopefully renovate the existing side of the Prescott Valley Clubhouse.
How old is the building?
1970, I believe, in there. Yeah.
The building was part of Prescott Valley well before it was even Prescott Valley here. So it was the senior center back in the day, then it closed down, and then it was nothing. Yeah. And then the Boys and Girls Club moved in.
Was it a food bank for a little while?
It was a food bank for a little bit as well. And of course, any building built in 1970 could use a little bit of a remodel.
It's true.
So we're hoping to do that as well, to make it a little bit better.
And when you think about it from a design aspect, it was never designed for kids, and it wasn't designed for the activities that they do in there, and just the everyday has been a challenge for a long time. So we're excited to be moving forward.
That is huge. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that we can benefit, or at least the kids can benefit from that.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about, are there volunteers that get involved? Do you guys take how does that work?
Yes, that's a really great question. So we're actually working right now in 2020 on developing a more comprehensive volunteer program. It's a big goal of ours to address the need to continue to enhance our programs and make them better. And we know that by the power of volunteers, we can do that.
So you can never have too many volunteers then?
Never.
Okay.
And in this community, being that we're in a retirement community, I just see that the sky's the limit for people to come in and donate their time and their talent to share what they've learned over their lifetime with these kids.
So say someone is really proficient in like arts, or they can paint, or they can draw, or something like that. Is that something they could come and say, hey, I'd love to maybe have a class with kids?
Absolutely.
Okay, and how do they get a hold of you?
So they can call us at the office, which is 776-8686.
Okay. And they can just say, hey, I'd like to set up a meeting maybe and come sit down and speak with one of your staff?
Yeah, we'll arrange a meeting and then really just kind of get to know what their talents, their interests, where they lie, and just try to find a great match for them.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go back to that at the end too. So are you on Facebook?
We are.
How do they find you?
BG for Boys and Girls, CC like Charlie, and then AZ for Arizona.
Perfect. Just put that into your search, and then it'll pull up, and then just click on it, right?
Yep, Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Arizona.
And if they live in Prescott, they can volunteer at the Prescott. They don't have to live in Prescott Valley to volunteer.
They could volunteer at any of our club locations.
Okay. And you mentioned one in Chino.
Yes.
One in Prescott, and then at the high school.
Yep, that's our multimedia. So anybody
explain that.
So this is actually a really integral part of Dancing for the Stars. You know, historically, the kids have been involved in helping to live stream the show. Last year, they actually did the production in its entirety. So they were not only producing the live show, making sure that sound and audio and everything were working, but then they were also live streaming the show to audience, the audience members at home. So we had over 4,000 views last year, and
that's awesome. So let's talk about that. For those people that don't know, let's explain a little bit more about what this Dancing for the Stars is all about.
Yeah. So if you haven't been paying attention, Mayor Palguta is in the lead for fundraising, but it's really a Boys and Girls Club signature fundraising event in the community. It has brought in a substantial part of our operating budget over the last few years. It's grown.
Gotcha.
And we're just excited. So it's kind of like the TV show, right?
Kind of like the TV show. Yeah. So basically, as you mentioned, I am a part of it this year as one of the celebrity dancers. And I don't even consider myself a celebrity nor a dancer, so I don't know how that quite fits. But there's 9 other celebrities, and they're paired with I call him a professional dancer because my partner is amazing at dancing, which is huge to kind of help me out a little bit on that. So, and our whole goal is to raise funds. We go out and solicit funds to sponsor for us, and then all that money stays local, right? It doesn't go to another state, nothing. It stays here.
Yeah, it doesn't even go to Phoenix. It all stays in the Prescott area community.
Okay, so it doesn't even go to Phoenix. It literally all stays here in the Prescott Valley, Chino Valley area.
Yep.
And because it's nonprofit, it's tax deductible to a point, and people can learn a little bit about that as well. And basically, it's a one-night event in Prescott where we put on basically a dance performance is what we kind of do. So I'm terrified of it. I'm not gonna lie. When Nicole came and her staff, Christy, came and they asked me to participate, a part of me was absolutely no, this is a terrible idea because I cannot dance. But then the other part was it goes to benefit such a huge part of Prescott Valley and Prescott and Chino with the kids. And I remember what it's like to be that little kid who just getting a piece of pizza brought to wherever I was truly amazing, you know, and having that guidance and just knowing that someone actually was kind of paying attention to me a little bit, you know, and I think that's so huge. So hopefully I don't let the Boys and Girls Club down in regards to fundraising or dancing.
Oh, you
and
won't.
we will see how that goes. So if people want to get involved with that program, if they want to go see the event, how do they do that?
Yeah, so the easiest way is just to go right to the website that's dedicated for this event. It's dancingforthestars.net.
Okay.
And you can click on your favorite team, Mayor Palguta's team, perhaps.
Just click on mine would be great. And you can donate just money. You can donate if you want and purchase what votes is how you get it.
Right.
Or they can buy tickets.
Yep.
Or if they want to sponsor, or if your business is involved, they can get involved that way as well.
Yeah. One of the unique sponsorships we have is actually an individual sponsorship. So it doesn't come with the traditional marketing exposure like it might for a corporate sponsorship, but it does include the tax credit benefit. So, so any individual who donates $500, they can file up to $400 as their Arizona charitable tax credit. So that's only $100 out of pocket, and then they get tickets and votes for you for the show. And then if they're married filing jointly, it's $1,000 sponsorship for the individual, and $800 of that is tax credit.
Which is, again, I cannot emphasize enough. I mean, you're already going to spend the money for your taxes anyway, so why not put it to a good cause? So, well, that's good. So let's recap on how people get a hold of you. Is there an email that they get a hold of you or no?
Sure, I can give you my email.
Sure.
So it's N for Nicole, and then Kennedy, the normal spelling, Kennedy, at BG for Boys and Girls, CCAZ.org.
Okay.
The website is the same, it's the BGCCAZ.org or dancingforthestars.net.
Okay.
Or you can call us at 776-8686.
And then Facebook as well.
Facebook, yep.
And we talked about no Instagram, nothing.
We are
like
on
that.
Instagram.
You are on Instagram.
We
Okay,
are.
let's hear that.
It's the same.
Same.
The BGCCAZ.
So if you're on any sort of social media, just type that in there.
Yeah, you'll find
figure
us.
it out.
Yeah.
We encourage people to call, come on by, just give a little tour. I'm sure someone from staff.
We love to give tours.
Okay, and we didn't talk about Prescott, but does Prescott have any sort of remodel in the future, or they actually had a remodel?
We're still working on that. So we made a little bit of progress. This past year, we were excited to finish a playground. So they now have an outside space to play. And then we also, just about a month ago, unveiled our new multi-purpose room at the Prescott Club. So it was a partnership funded by Fiesta Bowl Charities and Blue Cross Blue Shield.
So Fiesta Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, that's down in Glendale in end of December. So, and it's a good space. It's an older space, but with anything, renovation kind of changes the look of it. So that's important.
Yeah, exact same situation. It was originally an adult center, so built in about 1970. So
gotcha. You kind of see a theme there. And what address is that one?
That's 335 East Aubrey.
Okay, so that's on the almost on the south end of town.
Aubrey and Alarcon are the cross streets. And,
and people can come on by, check that out, see what's going on with that. So, anything else you think people need to hear?
You know, just that we're grateful for all of our dancers, that all that they put into this event. It really is a tremendous benefit to our community and to our kids.
I agree. So if you're out there, just go to the website, check it out, and if you feel compelled to donate, that's terrific. Any dollar, I mean, if you just want to donate a couple bucks, that's fine too. You can do that. So to finish off the program, we're going to do a little speed round of questions. Okay. So this is kind of exciting. So there's no trick questions in here. So like one of the questions will be Target or Kohl's, and you just say which one you like. You know what I'm saying? It's just a this or that. Okay. So we're going to go with that. All right.
All right.
So here we go. Redbox or Netflix?
Oh, Netflix.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Cake or pie?
That's a hard one. Cake.
Cake. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Ford or Chevy?
Ford.
Beach vacation or camping vacation?
How about both?
Both?
Yeah.
Nice. Basketball or football?
Football.
Chick-fil-A or Chipotle?
Chipotle.
Chipotle. Target or Kohl's?
Target.
Iron Man or Captain America?
Because of my son, if I didn't say Iron Man, he would be very upset.
Iron Man. You know, I thought for sure you were a Captain America girl. Oh. And well, that's good. That's good to know. Nicole Kennedy, Boys and Girls Club. We appreciate her coming in, and please, please, please check her out and check out the Boys and Girls Club and see what we have going on. And I can't say enough good things about them. So have a great time, and we'll see you next time.